Hey everybody, Vince Ingenito here. I'm here with my buddy, my pal, Ben.
Hey there.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, you know, getting ready to play some Dead or Alive 5 last
I really
round.
like you as a person. Why don't we fight?
Why don't we fight each other? Oh, man. But yeah, no, you're throwing down the gauntlet. You were talking mad poop about me. So
is that a thing that someone says?
When you have to censor yourself, yes.
They're like, yo, bro, I heard down on the corner you were talking all kinds of poopy about
Talking
me.
about mad poop, dog. That's no good. I gotta put you in your place.
That's great.
Wait, I can be flipping John Marston cowboy version.
Oh God, John
Brad
Marston
Wong.
won.
There you go.
Brad Marston.
Brad Marston.
Damn it.
Oh God, it's so great.
Damn
I love
it, Ben.
Well, he's great. Look at him.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna shoot myself by accident with this rifle. I don't even know what's going on right
Practices
now.
safety handling. He keeps the gun on his back. It's all good. Don't worry. People at home, if you're old enough to drink, don't use a gun. If you're not old enough to drink, don't drink. You don't have to worry about the extra steps. So yeah, let's check this place out because it's an old Dead or Alive 2
old DOA 2
throwback.
map. That's right. And that's DOA 2 is actually where my DOA life began. I didn't play that much original DOA, but I played a lot of DOA 2, and I was immediately grabbed by the style of the game, the way that it puts kind of defense on equal footing with offense. I really appreciate that.
You know, it's definitely a game that's it's got a good barrier to entry. Like you can jump in, I can grab anyone in the office and say, here, take up this controller, pick a character that looks cool to you, and hit buttons, and you'll feel like you're doing something cool.
Yeah, and that's a lot of 3D fighters have that going for them, right? In that you can kind of hit buttons and watch things happen, and that doesn't mean that they're super noob friendly or anything. That's not what I'm saying. No, that's not meant to be a derogatory, right? Exactly, like a bad thing. But like Tekken at the highest end, at the professional end, is a very deep game. At the lowest end, you can really just hit buttons and have some fun with it. You know.
Yeah. So it's got appeal, a broad appeal, and it's got something for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just gave me that. You're like, no, I know he's gonna go low. I'm gonna back off so he can at least like get something in.
No, I was backing up to bait you.
My goodness. By the way, you're playing as Tina. I'm playing as Brad. So if you guys want to yell at anyone in the comments, it's me because I got like thrown around like a rag doll.
No, it's cool. Like that's the thing with this game, as I was saying, puts offense and defense on equal footing in that. So when you start playing fighting games against really good players, not to say that I'm a very good player, but I've played against some very good players.
You're good. I would put you definitely, like, if we were to choose anyone in the office, you'd probably be up. You're up there. You're a fighting game guy.
Yeah, I'm the guy.
You're the guy,
so to speak.
So much that you're the guy that I believe you're the one doing the review
for this. For this video game that we're playing here. Yes, I am. I am that guy. It's because I did Dead or Alive 5 review for us when the original game came out. I don't think that's a high, man. We were talking about that a little bit before.
I don't think it is either.
I don't think it's a high. I've tried to counter that high several times now, to no avail.
Yeah, I don't exactly know what's going on with it. I just know that it's really good.
You're reaping the benefits of it, though.
I definitely am. Why is it when I play fighting games with you, I have something that's just really weird that doesn't quite make sense that I use?
Oh, because that's like, that's what you do, man. You find something that works and you keep doing it.
It's horrible. I'm horrible.
No, you're not horrible. That's see, and this game in particular. Want to change stage?
Yeah, change the stage. Yeah, we'll
change the scenery. No, you do what works until it stops working. But that's what I was trying to get to before. Was that whereas when you play fighting games against good players, they'll have like an offensive sequence, like a block string or a setup that's really tough to block or really tough to defend against, or if you do defend against it, they just kind of go into the next thing. And you're kind of like, hey, what do I do about that? And a lot of times guys will be like, well, I don't know.
Well, because you're not going to give it away to them.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's not just that, but sometimes they like you play Marvel, and like a lot of those guys, I'm just like, what are you supposed to do? And they're like, don't be there. Don't
be better.
Don't let that happen.
Stop
I don't
being
know.
Silly.
So, because of that, that's one of the things I love about. Yeah, it's a mid. It's a mid.
That's okay.
Yeah, there you go. It's a mid. Problem solved.
We did it. We did it. We did it live right here. We figured it out. Even though there are people who are going to be like, "Yo, that's a mid. What are they doing?" Why was that even a discussion? Why was that a conversation?
But yeah, in Dead or Alive, what's really nice is you don't have to do that. You don't have to really be like, oh man, that attack string's really good. What am I supposed to do about that? It's like, no, that attack string's really good. I've seen it 3 times now, so I kind of know what I'm supposed to do about it.
Yeah, like you change and adapt a lot because it's not super deep in terms of mechanics. It's very much just punch, kick, hold, grab. Like that's it.
Yep.
And there's not like Roman cancels or EX special moves. It's fighting. That's it. Which I kind of is a lot of the appeal for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you don't spend a lot of time learning mechanics or even matchups. It's really just about learning your opponent. And if you learn your opponent, you can do anything because the universal systems that exist in this game make it so that there's always an answer no matter what. There's no such thing as like, I don't know what to do. There's no answer to that move. It's just too good. That's
like
not a
an
thing.
end-all be-all kind of thing. Like, think like was it Devil Jin's eye lasers?
Those were pretty good.
They're pretty alright. You gotta sidestep them and stuff because you can't block them or anything.
Right.
They're kind of like someone who first sees that you killed me very quickly.
It's okay.
Very quickly.
It's fine. Don't worry.
Don't worry about it. Just keep going. Just keep going. Also, I love the we were talking about it before at one point. The absurdity in like fighting games, like how 3D games have a tendency to have more silly, ridiculous things in them. Like right now, I'm a cowboy fighting against a wrestler.
You're a cowboy drunken kung fu master. Yeah.
And there's like a giant statue that is, I don't know, throwing up gang signs at us while we're trying to like fight on top of this is like the shop where Muramasa works at the beginning. And
yeah.
And like it's just silly and ridiculous, but.
Yeah, and I like that. Dead or Alive definitely has that lighter kind of action movie tone to it from kind of from the jump. What I don't like, which we've talked about a little bit before, is that some fighting games are really like they seem serious like 70 to 80% of the way through, and they're actually then it's like here's a panda.
By the way,
I don't dig that,
Like I threw up the example before too with like in Tekken some of the endings where you'd get like all the Kazuyas or Mishimas or whatever they are tied to a giant golf ball and launched into space.
Yeah, it's like what?
That's not something you're down with. And then you got that mixed in with like super serious. They do the same thing with the endings in Dead or Alive, where you'll have like Jan Lee sitting here being really moody and broody, playing his trumpet in like an abandoned factory, thinking about life.
Yeah.
And then you have like an ending where Hitomi's like cooking breakfast in her shirt and she falls over and all of it spills everywhere, and that's her whole arcade ending. There's like no story to it. It's just Hitomi made breakfast one day and messed up. But I don't know, I'm pretty okay with crazy kooky stuff. You're blowing my mind right now, Vince. I'm gonna need to ask you to slow down, please. Please respect the fact that I've been drinking a bit. Obviously,
you're a little.
Oh,
I know you want it. I know you want it at that range.
Oh God. I can't. No.
Nope.
Oh God. Are you gonna get the P? Are you gonna?
Yep.
Oh no.
Yep. There it is. Perfect. Oh, it's great.
It's
right,
great.
It's great.
You
It's great.
You got the G.
Got the G.
You got the G in the Dead or
It's
Alive.
not the 7 golden letters. It's the 5 golden letters. It's the 5
like,
silver letter. It's the 5 silver letters.
Because of course, it's never going to be as great as like whatever. Flipping.
Want to change stages again?
Yeah, sure. Let's change stages.
Cool.
After we change stages again, we can change. I actually want to change characters too.
Sure.
I'm sure people are going to be like, "Yo, what? They're just playing Tina and flipping."
And I'll be like,
Long.
because I haven't played this game since the launch of Dead or Alive 5,
No,
and I don't remember anything.
I didn't play the middle iteration of this at all.
I didn't play Ultimate. I didn't play Ultimate. I just didn't have the time to devote to it or get back into it.
Last time I played her, because she's like the new secret character. She's kind of really cool, but I feel like we should maybe save her for a different video. Who else is a new character?
Raidu.
Oh yeah, I think he's just. Yeah, let's pick him. I'm not even gonna sit here and think about it. Let's just do it.
Just do it.
Let's just do it.
Have you played this character yet?
No.
Okay.
So it's gonna be fun.
This might favor you. If you don't know what you're doing, I can't really. If you have no idea what you're doing, then I can't really outthink you.
What's a pretty stage? A pretty stage.
Well, they're all pretty, right?
Let's take it to the beach again.
Yeah, let's go to the beach.
The beach.
The beach.
There's a Nicki Minaj reference in there somewhere.
All you FGC heads out there know all about the beach.
The beach. Oh, he sounds confused.
Oh my God, he's like emitting fire and smoke. This is kind of scary.
Yeah, well, every fighting game's got to have like an Akuma type, you know.
Yep.
Really intense. This one's got like half Terminator body to him. Oh God. God, Genfu is just so intimidating. He's just, because he's that old guy that you always know, like the young spunky kids, like they totally like underestimate, and then he comes in and like palm thrusts them across the room because he's got like some sort of like super understanding of like super martial arts.
The way of the Iron Fist, man.
There you go. That's it. I'm just gonna sit here in the water for a bit. Oh God, no. But yeah, so you mentioned you started off with Dead or Alive 2.
Yeah, and honestly, like the thing about this franchise, it's always been rough for me because I've always loved it, and the thing is that I've always had to defend that love.
Oh yeah, no.
I've always had to defend that love. Like it's always been like,
do you like Dead or Alive?
I know why you like it. And I spent so much time playing Dead or Alive 2 and then going into message boards like GameFAQs and just whatever, and just being and explaining to people, no, these are the mechanics, and I love the mechanics because it gets people playing against the person across from them faster, rather than it being all about learning some attack string that takes 5 minutes to learn, but then takes like 20 minutes, or takes like, forget 20 minutes, it takes like research and learning for someone to figure out like how they're supposed to, you know, do something about it.
I love that catch that's still in there. I was talking to you about that too. I'm like,
yeah.
I was trying to find it back when I was playing Dead or Alive 5 originally, and I couldn't do it because I was too busy doing other things. But I'm glad it's still there. It was one of my favorite things. I started off playing in Dead or Alive 3 because, God, what was it? Like, as in like OXM, and my dad he's reading that magazine. He's like, oh, this fighting game looks really cool. They're building it up as like the next generation of fighting games. You can knock people out of buildings and you fight people in the street after you knock them out. And he ended up getting the Xbox, and I was like, yo, no, I'm gonna get the GameCube because I want to play my Smash all day, because I love Smash. I love all video games. I'm not one or the other.
Right, yeah.
I'm everything.
I'm platform agnostic myself, you know.
I play for the games, not for the systems.
Yep, me too. Always have.
Here, let's change characters because I'm not feeling.
You're not feeling right. You're not feeling. Yeah, the vibe isn't there.
He's cool. He's got a nice Terminator eye, but that's not for me.
He looks vaguely like Kano.
Does a little bit. But yeah, no. So he ended up getting that, and I ended up coming in and playing Dead or Alive every now and then. I'm like, yo, this game's kind of really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I played this a ton in college with my friends in college. This was kind of the go-to fighter that we played for like through most of college. And yeah, part of that was Dead or Alive 3 was a part of that in like my junior year of college or something. Mm-hmm. But what was frustrating is that I spent all this time defending the game and saying, no, it's about the mechanics, it's about the mechanics, it's about the mechanics. And then Dead or Alive 3 came, and they had that whole the infamous, you know, she kicks high ad campaign. Yep. And I remember exactly where I was when that. I was at my friend Vin's house, and you know, we were just you know, we were watching whatever. We were probably watching wrestling actually. Yeah, I think we were watching wrestling. We were watching Monday Night Raw at my friend Vin's place, and yeah, are you taunting me?
Well, yeah, the taunt button in there. Hitomi power
That's
up.
what I think about you taunting.
My fists are on fire. Dragon kick. But yeah, no, it's kind of weird how everything around this game is. I mean, if you want a fun game that you can sit there and just hang out with your friends and play, no one really has to. Ah, you're so nice. I really appreciate that you throw me up and you grab me.
I care.
You're always there to catch me, Vince.
Hey, I always will be, buddy.
Aw. See, not only are we venturing through a new video game that you can play on your video game consoles, throwing each other against trees, but we're also teaching you about friendship.
Friendship and love.
There you go. We got it.
Love and the peace.
Wonderful.
For all you people who braved the absolutely terrible dub of Trigun.
Oh, no.
Love and a peace.
Is that like his like catchphrase? I didn't watch much of Trigun, so.
Yeah, that was kind of his thing. I only recently started watching Trigun.
Oh, really?
And honestly, I couldn't really get into it that much. Like, a lot of people love that series, like, really super hard, and I can respect that. But for me, it's just so getting back to what I was talking about before with tone, right? Is that Trigun vacillates like so rapidly between being like, hey, this is all fun and games, to being like, hey, this is serious and means something. And I'm just kind of like, it's not that you have to pick one or the other. It's just that I wish there was a little more consistency.
But yeah, no, consistency is a nice thing, but I'm also kind of a fan of like the dumb stuff. Like, the bigger and dumber a game is, the more I'm down with it. So I'm kind of like Hyrule Warriors was a really big game for me last year, just because it's a very big, dumb, loud game, but it's so much fun to sit there and just play for hours. So I like the silly endings. I like in Blaze Blue how you could go off on the complete alternate path. And instead of like, oh, we've got to get the Azure Grimoire away from the people who will destroy the world, and you end up being like Ragna dead, like in a sea with all the ghosts of all the lady characters hitting on him.
Right.
And you're like, what is happening? I haven't done a fight in like 40 minutes, but I'm okay with it because there's some stuff happening. But yeah, no, I'm down with it. I like it. I like silly stuff.
Yeah, you do. You like the silly stuff. And like, that's the thing, is that I can like that. Like, so I love Full Metal Alchemist. I think that is one of the best animes ever.
It's really good.
And especially Brotherhood is like super good. And the weird thing about it is that I think that, I mean, that show definitely gets super silly, but I really like it. I think that it balances the two really well and makes the transition from one to the other really effectively. Whereas, you know, I don't feel like Trigun necessarily does that, and that's like something that kind of bugs me. But how did we get on this? All right, Dead or Alive 3.
Dead or Alive.
Right, Dead or Alive 3. So with Dead or Alive 3, I remember being at my like I said, I was at my friend's place, and we were we were watching Monday Night Raw, and this commercial came on about Dead or Alive 3, and I was like, oh, cool, that's great. Like, Dead or Alive is getting a TV spot. That's awesome. Like, maybe it'll become more popular, and I'll have more people to play it, you know, with and stuff. I'm like, that's great. And then they had these two just like mouth-breathing morons
sitting
just
there
being like, like they may as well have been Beavis and Butthead. And I'm like, great, so that's what Dead or Alive players are to the world now. Cool. Can't wait to tell my friends that I like this game, and then they can all be like, oh, the one where the girls kick high? Her.
What was it? Was it like a Japanese commercial for we'll do one more round. One more, and we'll call it for this video.
Cool.
But the last round.
Last round. Oh, see what we did?
But yeah, so there was like the one advertisement for, I think it was Ninja Gaiden 2 Sigma. Because they built in the six axis for the game where, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was like a Japanese commercial where it was just a whole bunch of Japanese businessmen looking up and down slowly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you really got to?
Like, I don't want to feel like garbage for liking this game, guys.
It's
Thanks.
a really good hack and slash that's really challenging and difficult and really fun to play. But you're advertising the fact that now I can shake my controller to move the chests of the characters.
Yeah, and it's just like, So now on the other end of the spectrum, when Dead or Alive 5 launched, it did a very good job of kind of not being about that. They had this awesome ad campaign that was, you know, the I'm a Fighter campaign, where it was literally just like celebrating human like determination and achievement. And I'm like, this is so awesome. And like they you know, the original version of the game didn't have the you know, the slider for the breast physics. And I was like, oh, thank God, like, you know, that stuff's gone. And like, I was just really happy that it, you know, look, I don't have an inherent problem with there being like attractive women in games or anything. You know what I mean? And you know, I don't mind that everyone's kind of idealized to a certain degree. I don't think that's the worst thing in the. I don't think that's inherently evil, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like when you're being very exploitative about it, then that's a big problem. And you know, Dead or Alive 5 felt very not that way to me when the original version of the game came out.
Yeah.
And I really liked that. You know, I do feel like, I don't know, maybe I do feel like after the game came out and as things went on, they maybe started to get a little bit more back to that because of pressure from kind of their fans in Japan, at least according to Tecmo Koei. And that was unfortunate, I feel like, because I still just want to play this game
and have fun.
And
like
have
we
fun.
Are now.
Yeah.
And here we are. We're looking at a sweaty Genfu.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is I want to look at
sweaty
old man.
Genfu. Look at him.
I want to look at sweaty old.
Yeah. Spirit. Fiery. Just wanting to focus.
I want to look at sweaty old men with steely determination and not feel.
Touch your controller really quick. Oh no!
What's that?
I was gonna try to move the camera. You could.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you can't do that. Okay, well maybe next time.
We'll do it next time. We'll take a closer look at sweaty Genfu later on.
Yeah, because that's what gets my juices flowing.
Same.
But in any case, thanks everyone for watching us play some Dead or Alive. We had a lot of fun. This is Dead or Alive 5 last round. Probably going to be playing more of this. And you can look for the my review. Will probably be on Monday.
Ooh.
But until then, for all your Dead or Alive 5 and video game-related needs, you're in the correct website.
What website is that?
It is ign.com.
ign.com.